All right, so today we're going to be talking about the factors that shift and cause movement along the planned aggregate expenditure curve. So these factors can be divided into two separate categories, the first being income. Income causes movement along the planned aggregate expenditure curve. Increased income leads to individuals being willing to spend more. Therefore, there's going to be movement right along the PAE curve. Decreased income leads to individuals spending less. Therefore, there's going to be a movement to the left along the PAE curve. All right. And then the second category is going to be non-income determinants of PAE, also known as autonomous expenditures. And these are factors that are going to cause upward or downward shifts of the PAE curve. All right, so firstly, we're going to talk about interest rates. As interest rates increase, the cost of borrowing will also increase, resulting in a decrease of aggregate expenditure. Conversely, a decrease in interest rate makes it cheaper to borrow and will lead to an increase in this aggregate expenditure. As for wealth, an increase in wealth obviously is going to increase consumption. Therefore, it's going to increase aggregate expenditure. A decrease in wealth is going to cause decrease in consumption, and then the same thing, it's going to cause decrease in aggregate expenditure. Taxes. An increase in taxes leads to decreased spending and therefore less aggregate expenditure. Decreased taxes are going to lead to an increase in spending and higher aggregate expenditure. And for these last two, government and net exports, government spending, these are going to have direct correlation. So more money spent by the government is going to mean higher aggregate expenditure and vice versa. And then same thing for net exports as well. Okay, let's look at some examples. Firstly, let's start out with something simple. A decrease in income will shift our curve to the left. It's going to cause downward movement along the PAE curve. Sorry about that. So that's going to be our new point. So the decrease in aggregate income causes downward movement along the curve and not a shift of the curve, because shifts are caused by a change in autonomous expenditure. Just wanted to clarify. All right. Next. Government spending increases. All right. So that's just directly this one right here. Government spending increases is going to cause the PAE curve to shift upwards. Basically, just like our rules state, an increase in government spending is going to shift the PAE curve upward, and then the new equilibrium output, is going to be right there. All right. Example 3 is going to be German fashion designs become popular amongst celebrities. When German fashion design becomes more popular, spending on this imported clothing is going to increase, and therefore that's going to decrease net exports, which shifts the curve down, and that will be our new output. All right, so that one's just directly right here in our autonomous expenditures. All right, for the final example, people have become more optimistic regarding their future prospects. Whenever people become more optimistic about their future money, they're likely to consume more and save less, and therefore consumption is going to increase and aggregate expenditure is also going to increase. So the curve is shifted upwards, and that is going to be our new equilibrium output. All right, so there's some more examples on the worksheet, but that's all I have. Thank you.